Alright, I just did a fucking 20-minute goddamn video, and on this internet, that shit's not gonna upload. So I gotta do a way fucking faster and uglier and fucking not a good looking breakdown. But anyways, I'll do it real quick. So I listened to Joe Boston shit. Was good. The summary of that for me: you had good lines, you had good wordplay, you delivered it pretty well. You had a pretty enjoyable delivery. Um, to me, they were too stretched on some of them. Some of them were played, like you talked about in the chat, and like the Bisquick, your soft ass in the kitchen making her pancakes. I mean, that line was played. Straight up. I mean, even though you delivered it solid, it was played. So you were pretty solid in your performance. Just, I think that you're stuck in overdrive with your like aggression. And I mean, that's your voice because you're higher up. And so am I. But you got to know what blah blah blah. You got to know when to slow down and really deliver the punch. And the punch comes more from swag than it does from, you know, high pitched yelling and hand movement. You know what I'm saying? So, and you do that a lot, and so do I. You see, I do a lot of hand movement and shit. So you're on with that, man. But I think that you need to slow it down some. Some of the punches, they were just too long. Like, so in my hood, better watch you parking, son, because you'll be like Ali if he was driving trying to decide whether to hit the gas or brake. Like, that was way too long. Even though, like, you delivered it like it should be delivered, it's too long, man. So I think if you if you squeeze your lines in and get to the point quicker, okay? You get to the point quicker and you word them just as witty or wittier, I think it's better. A lot of people stretch lines, even in King of the Dot, professionals do it. But they do it in the way they know where it still keeps the ears of the listeners. So to me, you need to capture that more. But I thought it was pretty good. Fresh. Your opener was fucking hilarious, dude. A lot of your content was hilarious, and I think that's because you got that goofy, laid-back flow. What hurts you is because you're so goofy and you're so laid back, which I enjoy, man, because it's fucking hilarious, especially when I'm high, like now. You stay down. So, like, you're more monotone and you stay in that rut, like Joe Boston stays in that high-pitched, not like a girl, Joe, but like angry rut. So I think you need to come out of that rut more, man. The way you delivered it was great. Your wordplay was awesome. It was so funny, dude. The wife reads line. Your wife definitely must read in her spare time. That shit cracked me up, dude. Like, I fucking bursting out laughing. Like, for real. So, but after that, you hit a couple more good lines and you started to go downhill. And the reason you started to go downhill was not that your lines were badly worded, your wordplay was still good. They were kind of weak because you could tell, even if I'm not disrespecting you like this, you're more heavy of a text head. When I was a text head, I know what it was like to get towards the end of a verse and just write it because you're writing out the rest. You didn't close strong. I think if you reflect on your video, you'll see that you did not close strong. You opened strong, and in the middle, when you had that, your wife definitely reads in her spare time, you were very strong there. As far as the end, if you reflect on your video, both of y'all, I want y'all to reflect on your videos. That's why I'm giving you this and explaining to you. You'll see that you were rushed. You fumbled on a lot of lines, especially the on. I mean, you could have covered that up better and not fucked up the rest. But it looked like you did it last minute, man. And it was a good performance for last minute. But I do think you need to get out of that rut. So the only reason I'm giving this to Joe Boston is because his flow was better and more consistent. He was just basically more consistent with his flow. As far as wordplay and delivery, though, that's fresh pretty much, but you fucked up. So staying consistent. Both could have been more entertaining, honestly, especially for a contenders match. And this is the second time you guys see each other, but I faced Barcotic twice, and you saw my first to my second improve. And I'm not trying to brag or anything like that, but I knew like I was not gonna be able to come for anything. You know what I'm saying? So I think that the first time y'all battled was better. I've seen you guys come harder. Um, that sounds gay. I've seen you guys bring the shit a lot doper, and I thought this was gonna be a doper contenders match. No offense, but Joe has just edged this out. Like, if you didn't fuck up, dude, and you would have changed your tone just a little bit more, I think I would have gave it to you. You had humor factor. You really did. But you stumbled it up and you did not follow through with delivering it correctly. And some of that was filler, you know what I'm saying? Towards the end, you're going to keep the humor factor, especially with you having the goofy flow. You've got to write those more humorous punchlines. You can't rush it, you know what I mean? And I think you have mad potential to really grow and learn from that, dude, and reflect on your videos. And I really think that like you are one that could be like a solid battler, like even in like a live setting. So I think you should do that. But I got this one. Excuse me. Sorry. Barely going to Joe Boston. You barely edged this one out, Joe. If I win the fucking champ match, I don't want to face you, Joe. You're my friend. You're all my friends.